Okay, we're going to do an oil change on a 2013 Ford Fusion 1.6 liter Ecoboost. Takes 4.5 quarts, 520, and the oil filter is a FL910S. I looked underneath and it appears like there's 10 T30 Torx heads that need to be removed from the aero shield before we get started. So there's your T30 Torx. Also have a screwdriver version of that, and this is what I'm going to try to get the oil filter off with. First oil change on this at 4,000 miles, and we're going to get started here. So it appears like there's 6 of these Torx bits on this aero shield. In the front there's 6, 2 on the side, and 4 towards the back. So you can see them, they look like that. There's 1 on the side, and then there's 4 towards the back. I think you have to remove this aero shield to get at the oil drain plug. I've removed the 4 from the back of the aero shield. This is what they look like. There's a steel plate. There's 2 of them right near that steel plate towards the back. 2 in the corners of the back, just enough where you can reach them. I've got the car just up on some 2x6s. So those 4 were right in front of that steel shield. I haven't taken the one off. There's 1 on the side. You can see it right there. And then we're going to take the front ones off here. The 2 on the side are a little bit shorter than the 4 that were in the back. And you can just reach those 4 in the back. So we're going to do the 4 in the front now. Not sure why Ford did not make an entry to that oil drain plug. So I guess I miscounted. There's 5 in the front, 2 on the sides, 4 in the back. So there's 11 total. Looks like there's 2 clips on there. Figure out how to get those off. So here's the 2 clips. And I think what you have to do is just get a screwdriver, gently pry them down. Just 1 on each side. You can see the other one right there. So here's what the removed shield looks like. There's the 5 clips towards the front, 2 on the side near that big hole, 4 in the back, and then these 2 plastic clips. You gently pry down on those. There's the other one on the other side. And then now you can get at the drain plug. Alright, it's a 13mm drain plug socket. It's towards the back of the car on the oil pan. This is a die-cast oil pan. Drain plug is right in this area. So, we're going to take the oil fill cap off and then loosen the drain plug. So as we're letting that drain, we're going to try to get this oil filter off. The oil cooler. Filter's right there. Alright. Alright, there's the oil filter. Tried to get it off by hand. We're going to use a claw style oil filter wrench to loosen it. So here's the oil. So here's the oil filter wrench again that I used to get it off. Seemed like the seal must have been really dry. Factory ones are always hard to get off. You really only need to put them in by hand. Make sure you put some oil on the new filter, on the seal. Just go around the seal with some oil. Hand tight as you can get it. So we're going to put the new oil filter on. Here's the old oil filter. You can see it crushed it as I use that wrench to loosen it. Like I said, the seal felt like it was a little dry. Maybe it's kind of cold out today, that's why it was on there so tight, but that oil filter wrench works great. One thing you got to be careful about, there is a wire harness that's real close to that oil filter. Make sure you don't crush that with your wrench when you pull off the old oil filter. New one. There's a wire on the passenger side right next to that oil filter. Just want to make sure you're not crushing that. I can feel the seal squishing down. Just get it as tight as you can by hand, and it'll seal and you won't have any leaks. You'll be able to get it off a little bit easier next oil change. Alright, there's the new oil filter installed. Clean up as much oil as you can around where it drained. Put the drain plug back in now. It's again a 13mm socket. It's a die-cast aluminum oil pan. You're not going to want to over-tighten this. Just nice and snug. And now we're going to fill it with oil. Clean up all the oil off of everything. Four and a half quarts of 520.